Greetings, science fiction fans and movie snobs. Thanks for joining us for Does It Suck? The show where we watch old movies and ask, does this suck or should you check it out? And this time we're talking about the 1984 film Dune by David Lynch. In Dune, based on Frank Herbert's novel, we are transported to the desert planet of Arrakis, where young Paul Atreides, played by Kyle MacLachlan, must navigate political intrigue and mystical forces to fulfill his destiny. But before we go looking for some sandworms to ride, let's explore the history behind the fascinating making of Dune. The film was directed by David Lynch and was a passion project for producer Dino De Laurentiis. It aimed to bring Herbert's complex sci-fi universe to life on the big screen. Originally, Dune had a director Ridley Scott attached to direct, but when Ridley Scott left, David Lynch stepped in. Filming had a lot of problems go on throughout. They were filming in a secluded part of Mexico. There was a lot of illnesses, infestations, and things that happened while they were filming, and it cut down a lot of things that they really wanted to get done. And it forced a lot of elements to be cut out of the story that they really wanted to be added. Now, how did Dune fare at the box office, and what did the critics have to say? Dune struggled to find its footing, earning over $30 million domestically, but failing to meet expectations. Critics were divided, with some praising its visual ambition, while others criticized its pacing and narrative complexity. It did ultimately find footing in becoming a cult classic, but as with any project, Dune was not without its backlash. Some viewers found the film's plot difficult to follow, leading to a polarized audience reception. Others criticized its deviation from the source material and its use of visual effects. Before we wrap up, let's uncover some fascinating trivia. Fact 1. Dune faced numerous challenges during its production, including budget constraints and creative differences between Lynch and the studio. The film's production design and visual effects, however, were widely praised. Fact 2. The guild members' costumes were made of old body bags, found in an abandoned firehouse by the production team. Fact 3. Patrick Stewart was actually cast by mistake. After Aldo Ray, who was originally attached to play Gurney Halleck, left the project last minute, Lynch thought he was hiring another actor named Patrick Stewart. Stewart to this day still has claimed that wearing that still suit was one of the worst experiences of his life. And there you have it, Dune, the sci-fi epic that reached for the stars and didn't quite make it. If you're going to ask me if Dune sucks, I'm personally going to have to say yes. I do not resonate with this movie at all. I love part 1 of the new one, and I love the book. This movie just doesn't read. I do like Lynch, but it is very different from anything he's done before. I got to applaud him, though, for stepping in, walking away from Return of the Jedi, which could have been a huge hit for him, and doing something on his own, you know, and going out there and doing something that was so vastly different for the time from everything else coming out, all the commercialism and everything else, and making something darker that stayed very true in its tone and visual effects towards what the book is and is trying to be. My biggest issue with it is it's too choppy, the story's not great, the acting is kind of all over the place. There's a lot of elements that are Lynchian and I don't think work within this sort of mainstream setting of what you're trying to build in the movie. But overall, it was a cult classic that has a lot of nostalgia to it. It doesn't match up well. Everybody, even fans of this movie that I talk to, they understand that it's not the greatest version. I would like to see the director's cut. I think it might be a lot better. But since we never will, I have to hold on to this one, and it just doesn't have the nostalgia. I've watched this for the first time maybe 7 or 8 years ago, so I think watching it young was something that, you know, and especially if you're connecting to other fans of the film, it's probably something that you might really like. But there's not much substance to it, and to me, it personally sucks. And I think it's one of those movies where, I mean, all movies are sort of like that. I'll say something sucks, but it doesn't mean that you have to think so, right? So I think it sucks, but I do have a lot of respect for what Lynch was trying to do. I have a lot of respect for a lot of the acting in it. You know, there's some really good powerhouse actors that step into roles that they don't really seem to fit in well to, but they do a really good job. I just don't think it was conveyed well when they were making this movie, plus plagued with lots of other issues. Seemed to be a downfall. But that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear yours. Sound off in the comments, or even better, join up on our Discord. Go down in the descriptions. We have fun stuff going on all the time. Make sure you join up, talk to us there. And to join up on our Patreon, we have other updates and stuff like that going on over there, and some new exclusive stuff going to be going over there as well. And all of that goes right back into helping out with this channel and putting stuff together and being able to put out more entertaining stuff. So thank you so much for all the support. Guys, we're also having a big sale, snobsmerch.com. Go check it out. It's not just our our lovely logos, but it's also tons of other really fun stuff, movie inspired, TV inspired, geek inspired. I think you guys will really enjoy it, and there's more stuff always coming. So go check that out. 10% off, use SNOBS as your promo code. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys watching this, being a part of it. Go check out some other fun shows you might want. We have a new episode of Warp Factor Fiction, our rewatch podcast of all things Star Trek in chronological order. And we're also doing our Godzilla 70-year retrospective, where we're watching every movie and we're reviewing them as we go each week after week. So go check it out, and we're having a great time with that. But thank you guys for being here, being a part of it, following us. Make sure you hit like, hit subscribe, hit that bell so you know that great episodes are coming out as well. And the likes really go a long way in helping us. So thank you again. Until next time, I'm Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs, and I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. All right, guys, remember to be kind to each other, stay classy, and take care of yourselves, because that's important. Bye.